Don't rush yourselves, everyone. It's Deep Dive Zone, the Sonic review series for fans of all shapes and sizes. I'm your host, Devin, joined as always by my co-host Lauren and Bruce. And guys, today we are talking about some very interesting Sonic the Hedgehog comic books.
I
Yeah,
agree. This batch, I got things to say.
this was a interesting combination of comics.
Uh-huh. You know, I was about to say a bunch of stuff, but I can't get ahead of myself. We need to tackle these bit by bit. Because there's a lot
Yeah,
to unpack here. Starting with our first issue of the night, Sonic Super Special number 15, the last one.
It's
thank fucking God. Also, I'm tired of
yes,
these super
yes,
specials.
for sure. It is a notable one to end on in some ways, I guess.
I guess
It's notable in that,
it's
well, it's the return of Naugus after many issues of him being gone, and it's
yeah,
also notable in that you can read this comic and know exactly why they stopped making super specials after this.
Yes,
yeah,
indeed.
yeah.
But yeah, no, I guess he's on the cover, and it's a nice cover. I'll
It
give it that.
is.
Still nice covers. But yeah, I didn't expect Naugus. I kind of forgot he existed, to be honest.
I can't blame you. He barely existed in the first place.
This comic has not used him well at all, and you can see this cover and think to yourself, "Hey, it's a rematch with Naugus. You know, could be fun. Maybe in this last super
Uh,
special, maybe they've saved the best for last,
Perhaps.
that's a good joke.
or maybe this could be easily the most embarrassing special the series has ever produced."
Mm-hmm.
Which doesn't necessarily mean it's the least enjoyable or least interesting to talk about, but let's
Well,
not
if
get ahead of
anything, hey,
ourselves.
if anything, the worst comics are the most interesting to talk about.
Let's start
Usually.
here with the first story of the issue, Naugus Games, written by Penders, which is surprising, because he doesn't normally care about Naugus.
He also hasn't written for Sonic in a while. Or
Um,
I guess he's okay. Actually, excuse me. He's started to do it again more recently.
and the art in this issue is by Many Hands,
Oh boy.
whoever
Wow.
that is.
I think the name should say what it is.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's multiple people probably,
Yeah.
and multiple people probably without very much time. Um,
Yeah.
On a trip to pay his respects to the fallen Eddie the Yeti, Sonic is met with a familiar foe. And the thing that I keep thinking is that we don't actually start off too bad.
No, honestly, the art looks pretty solid, and it's an interesting topic, or not topic, but like reason for Sonic to go back.
Yeah, I mean,
But
there's
also, he knew Eddie for all of about 15 minutes.
Yeah, okay. Yes, that's the thing. And Sonic says as much, but acknowledging it doesn't actually explain it.
Yeah.
he and Tails had to go around the world for like a year to even get here. Maybe they were searching
Right.
for Naugus and this is just where they ended up, but it felt like there
Yeah.
was a long journey to and from. So to have him just be here to plant a rose at the grave of someone who admittedly was heroic, but you knew him for, yeah, all of a few minutes.
Yeah.
Why doesn't he bring Nate along, at least?
It-
That would make way
yeah.
Yeah.
more sense.
Bring Nate and Tails, since, Tails was
Sure,
also saved by him.
sure.
Yeah.
But I'm
Instead, he's
saying,
just coming on his own. Like,
yeah, it's bizarre.
it is bizarre.
Yeah. And it is very odd to see a story centered around a dead Baller's character coming from Penders.
That is weird. It makes me wonder if this was just like something Penders was told to write, not something he actually wanted to write.
Well, are you suggesting that maybe there was some kind of production issue surrounding this story?
I
No.
mean,
Yeah, whatever interesting praise or ideas we may have for here completely collapses along with the ground beneath Sonic. Um, and we are treated to 4 solid pages of almost pure black panels with just Sonic's
okay.
eyes.
Okay, this is an interesting idea, and this is a cool idea because it can also show, to me at least, this shows how expressive Sonic's eyes specifically are, and showing as a big part of like his design. But his eyes barely change through most of these. They're just
Well,
mostly just squinting.
and it's a compromise because
Yeah,
if you just print solid black, you barely
it's
have
a
to
lot.
draw anything.
Yeah, Exactly. It's a cool idea, though. It's just not very well executed here.
You're giving it too much credit.
I know.
Like, it's
I don't
pretty
know
obvious what they
why.
were going for here,
I
and it
know.
was laziness or, lack of time at least.
I know.
Like, it's not like much of anything interesting happens here. So it's just like, ah, darn, I hate being in the dark. Gosh darn it, I really hate the dark. Like, that's the whole thing.
It is. I like it from a visual standpoint.
It's kind of a funny thing to look at, but when you know that this was a comic book that cost money and this was the product, it's like,
Yeah.
oh.
That is kind of insulting.
And it only gets worse because, as soon as Sonic does get into the light, it's like, wow, any praise we had for the art before, it was messy before, but now it just looks bad.
Yeah, the art just kind of fell apart.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I feel bad every time we bring it up because I feel like we bring it up a lot, but for a comic, I feel like the art should be good.
This is a different level of bad. This kind of looks like someone drew this in pen and they just colored the sketches.
Kind of, yeah. This gives me vibes of a certain fight with Mammoth Mogul, except I think that was even more incomprehensible.
I
I
don't
I
know.
I kind of liked the art in that issue. But that's I think that's just me. But
That
I
might just be
I
you,
didn't think
because
it was
like,
good, but I thought it was interesting to look at.
well,
I
sure,
think
it's interesting to look at, but like that art, I struggled with understanding a lot of that issue, or at
no,
least that story.
this is definitely not incomprehensible, but it looks like dog shit. It is
Yeah,
so messy. As soon
this
as
really
Naugus
looks like this looks like someone's first draft that they just decided, fuck, we don't have time to do like a second draft.
Yeah, as
I
soon as
wonder.
Naugus busts through the ring pile,
Yeah.
it drops to middle school notebook drawing levels.
Yeah, I could probably even find some of my middle school drawings that look just like this.
It's very worthwhile talking about the artwork here, but I'm gonna have to cut for a second and talk about the plot.
Yes.
'Cause things are happening.
Yeah, things are
Uh,
happening that we're just ignoring.
Which fair enough. But so the rings just grant wishes now. That's just a thing that rings do. I thought that was only the magical ring of acorns.
The rings are just fucking plot devices.
I always knew that, but like they don't even care about hiding it anymore, do
Well,
they?
they're just getting to the point where it's just like, shit, we need something that can do X thing.
They have always
Just let the rings do it.
subjectively had rings sometimes grant witches, because that was how Naugus got banished to the Phantom Zone in the first place.
Was it? Oh, all
Really?
right.
By date?
I
I
don't.
can't
Yeah.
remember how that worked.
Well, no, but didn't he use he used something besides a ring to do that?
I don't think so, because it wasn't the Ring of Acorns, because they got that later.
I'd have to go back and look, and I don't feel like doing that.
But yes, so Naugus, he says that he like left a checkpoint on the rings to be able to get back like a mental connection.
It's a fucking game reference.
You know,
Ignoring the fact that Pendy's hates the games.
yeah, I don't know about that one. Yeah, apparently it was Naugus who tricked Sonic, but I thought it was funnier when I read it the first time before Naugus explains that, because it looks like Sonic is just thinking about, oh wow, these rings are all here, and they must be left over from when we banished Naugus. And it makes it look like he just thought the word Naugus when he was touching them, and it summoned Naugus. And that's
Did
way
that just a wish
funnier.
from Naugus?
Yeah.
He's back for all of a few minutes where they have this really jank looking fight.
Will this fucker ever get to be important? Like, even when he was important, we wasn't important.
I mean, the weird thing, he's not very important, like in any of his like current appearances. He's like important.
Right.
He was important, and he just wants to be important again, and he can't. He can't be.
I guess, yeah, because like, I don't know. I just
We will get
See-
better Naugus content eventually.
I'm sure we will, but seeing these characters just getting utterly wasted it just bothers me.
Well, because we liked his episode of Sad AM as well.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, he was pretty good inside him, I'd say.
Yeah,
I enjoy his fire blast here that really does look like somebody drew it with default MS Paint brushes.
hell yeah.
Yes.
But any fighting is good enough until he fucking summons the snowstorm.
And we get basically the exact same thing as the Dark Cave again.
This is worse than that because this
There's
doesn't
no
even
Sonic
have
eyes. It's
This
just
is
a fucking print. Like,
yeah, it's just a
pretty
filter.
sure, I'm pretty sure I could go buy like a roller or something from like Michaels that would have this exact same print on it,
It's
or
just a
damn close
wallpaper
one.
or like a
Yeah,
tablecloth pattern.
yeah, it's like fucking wrapping paper. Perfect timing since we're recording this in December.
It also goes on way longer.
Oh yeah, it does.
Yeah,
It
it's
goes
like
on
6 pages long.
yeah. We just have fucking dialogue bubbles and sound effects.
It's really weird because there's clearly some kind of fight going on here. So it's like I think
Yeah,
there
we just don't
was
get to see
probably
it.
actual actions described in the script,
Oh
but the
sure, yeah.
the art was so rushed that they didn't actually put it there.
Yeah, we just don't get to see all the cool stuff that's happening.
You could easily just draw in like the characters next to the
You could,
speech bubbles,
yeah, or
Yeah.
you could draw in like
and
silhouettes.
or partially covered like Sonic looks like at the end.
Right.
Well, hey,
I
and
just
guess what? You know what? Someone did.
I'm sure they did. I'm
I'm
glad
sure
they
they
No, I
did,
mean
yeah.
officially, one
Oh,
of the
What?
free comic book day specials, way later, like 2009 or something like that, is Stephen Butler redrew this entire story.
Oh my gosh, what a
that's
legend.
great. That is
Maybe
a
we,
legend. God
maybe we should have
damn.
put that here. I don't know. I guess we'll get to it in the timeline. Um,
No. We needed to experience this.
yeah, it's right around the time they start bringing Naugus back as a character in the main series anyway, so we'll
I
get to
mean
it then.
that'd be probably why it was done then.
Yeah. So Sonic ends the fight basically the exact same way as before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the story is equally disappointing, because he's just like, I summoned Naugus. Man, he's really tough. I forgot that he can just do stupid magic nonsense. Wait a minute, so can I,
Yeah,
because
I
I have
so
a ring.
hell yeah, I can
And
do
then
it
just
too.
banishes him to the Shadow Realm instantly.
Yeah, well,
No
and that's the
problem.
annoying thing. You may as well not have had the story here. It made no difference.
I mean, yeah, that's just kind of that's a bit of a problem with these recent super specials is their stories just have no fucking purpose.
Yeah. Well, and yeah,
I
I
mean,
guess
last time it had purpose, kind of.
Well,
Knuckles one
sort
did.
of. The
This
Knuckles
one
one
actually
did.
has no purpose because it
Yeah.
ends the same way it starts.
Well, yeah,
Basically.
that's the funny thing. The Knuckles, whenever we've gotten a Knuckles story, it basically has had to be important because the Knuckles stories have never been just well. I don't want to say never been just filler, but like most of the time they are important enough.
Penners
For real.
remembers them all at least.
Right, and I mean maybe that's the problem with getting
Well,
Pendies to do a Sonic story.
maybe I'm giving it too little credit, because for all the Eddie the Yeti fans out there, they got their closure.
Hell yeah!
Uh, I, I,
Was he
I mean,
always
he
this
was already
purple
dead. I
color?
didn't know anyone was hanging on that.
Was he always this purple color? I honestly don't remember.
I think that's
Definitely
just
not.
him silhouetted in the sky. He was orange and
Okay.
yellow.
Yeah.
That's what I
Um,
thought. Well,
yeah,
that
so-
was fascinating.
What a stinker! It is
Yeah.
an embarrassment, genuinely. And
Oh.
well, the second story is not as much of one, but still kind of one. Our second story
It's an
is
embarrassment in a different way.
Sonic Spin City, which is written and drawn by Michael Gallagher, which is interesting because it looks really similar to Dave Monnick's art, but no, this is Gallagher. I didn't know that he could draw much of anything, and well, I wouldn't say it looks amazing, but for
It looks
someone who's normally only a
mostly
writer.
fine to be. I mean, there's the only black and white for the most part. I think that's really the only color we get. That helps it look better.
Yes,
See,
but it's
in my
also
opinion, if you're gonna save on work that you have to do for the story, this is a much better compromise.
Nah,
Yes,
you do the entire issue just in pure black and dialogue boxes.
because it
No,
is
because
pure
I
black
don't
and
think
white,
this
no
looks
color.
too bad.
No, this
honestly.
one doesn't look bad. It's a weird idea to do. I mean, this isn't our first weird like movie parody, but like Sin City.
Yes, this is a
Sure.
Sonic shout-out to Sin City where Sonic levels a robot strip club.
Yeah, this is another in the long line of like weird references this comic has made that its average user base is sure or reader base, excuse me, would sure not have gotten.
Yeah. And it's like if not for the fact that it has the same rushed art thing as the other story, although it's in a different
Mhm.
way, I would think that this was another bank story, but it's not. I don't think so, at least.
I
Um,
don't see why this would be a bank story because this the idea of having a parody as a bank story just doesn't make sense to me.
well, actually, that makes perfect sense. It's the fact that it was drawn by a writer that says so to me. Um,
Maybe. I don't know.
but yes, we start with Sonic getting aggressed by and fighting some SWAT bots as usual. But they drop a matchbox that leads to Rusty's.
Why did the SWAT bots have matches on them?
Why
Did they
does a strip club
smoke?
have branded matches? Is that a
That
thing?
club, yeah, clubs, not just strip clubs, but clubs in general. Back in like up until probably like the early 2000s, I think would have actual branded matches
Huh. Okay. I
because they
learn
would allow
something new every day.
smoking.
Well, I understood that part.
Yeah, so that's I assume that's the reason why at least.
Yeah, but Sonic goes to the club. We see some long discarded badniks. You can see Grounder in this. No
Let's
scratch
say we can
though.
see fucking Grounder.
Yeah.
But we have a I don't know if it's a burlesque show or what with sexy boob SWAT bot.
I did not need sexy SWAT bot in my life, but here we are.
Well, don't worry because
I
some guy grabs her ankle and knocks her over, revealing that it's actually sexy boob Bunny.
yeah, let's instead do sexy child.
But Bunny over the age of 18 at this point?
I don't think she is. I don't
Okay.
think any of them
Discuss
are.
the ages of these
I think
characters.
Antoine
It's a
is.
pointless endeavor.
Whatever.
Bunny might
I
be
mean, yeah, it
17.
does. I don't know.
It's a disguise, and this is obviously just following nonsense logic because the story very much feels like something out of, way back when the comics first
It
started.
does. It
Yeah.
really does.
Well, case in point, Bunny's
Yeah.
cybernetics look like their old design.
Yeah, they're more like the Mega Man designs.
Yeah,
Mm.
specifically the big wrist, which doesn't
Yeah.
necessarily prove that this is a bank story, just that Michael Gallagher
No.
maybe draws the old style. Although,
Like, well,
frankly,
like,
Sonic doesn't look like modern Sonic in this story, so maybe
no,
this
he looks
really
like
is from
classic
before.
Sonic. I'm guessing I mean either that or maybe Michael Gallagher just didn't get the memo that Sonic looks different now.
Yeah, I mean, he barely writes for the series anymore, so.
Yeah, it's a little surprising to see him.
In any case, yes, Bunny's disguise is blown, and so she and Sonic fight all the robots, and then a combat self-destructs and levels the whole club.
As they have like fucking nukes in them or something.
That's consistent, I think.
Yeah,
Is
I
it?
guess that means Grounder is
Oh my
dead.
god. Good.
I wouldn't count on it. Also, he's a
Uh,
robot, so
he can
Yeah,
be rebuilt.
how little that means.
So I have a question actually about this story. Was it ever stated to not be in Mobius Prime?
Ah, yes. So I had the same thought. When it
Is this
started out, I was like, okay, it's another parallel universe
That's
story.
what I was thinking. They never state that it is, which leads me to believe that this actually happened.
It's left ambiguous.
It is.
There's
But
no evidence one way or the other.
I like to believe
It
that this
probably
Mobius
is
Prime.
in the main universe because you might as well assume that if there's nothing to the contrary.
Yeah, unless it says that it's not, you might as well just assume that this is Mobius Prime. So, a bunny was a stripper at some point.
I guess so.
God damn! All right.
And that's it. That's the entire special.
Well, hold on. There's got some interesting Sonic pinup art here. You can
Yeah,
see
you
up
get-
Naugus's nose.
Oh
You
yeah.
get Spazion drawing him like a fucking bridge troll.
I kind of like drawing Naugus like a fucking goblin.
I've
Actually,
always
that's not a goblin. That's like a troll. Yeah.
I've always said that Naugus is supposed to look gross, so this is
He
perfect.
should. Well, yeah, it's
This
totally.
is the
He
best
should look.
drawing in the entire in the entire comic.
It really is.
Aside from, well, yeah, within the comic.
Yeah.
I would say even that this is better drawn than the cover in a lot of ways in terms of sheer detail.
The
Sure,
cover is.
but without color, it's a little hard to make out the details, so I kind of don't.
It
like
is.
Yeah.
Without color, I've noticed that about Spazion's art. He puts, if you look at it in black, with just the line art, it's a little too detailed, and
It
it
can
kind
be.
of gets a little busy.
Yeah.
Still looks cool though.
But yes, that's the end of the Sonic Super Specials, everyone. What an
Thank
Wow.
Jesus.
On the one hand, we've never been huge fans of any of the specials, even the ones we
Not
like.
really.
On the other
Yeah.
hand, what a utterly disappointing way to send it out.
Oh yeah, no. The last Super Special should have been like actually good.
Frankly, you could have stopped with the Sonic Adventure one.
I mean, yeah, that's where they should have stopped because I don't know. I feel like making the last one an adaptation of a game makes more sense.
And it was
Well,
the
it's more
biggest Sonic
momentous.
game ever at the time.
Yeah, Sonic Adventure was a big deal. How do you top that? Shit.
Yeah, as Devin said at the start, it's pretty clear that this wasn't supposed to be a send-off. It just, oh, well, I guess we can't do these anymore if this is all
Yeah,
you can do.
Yeah,
I'm guessing.
they got canceled after this, but
Yeah, I'm guessing this was the similar case to the Knuckles comics, where it's like the last issue wasn't really a send off. It was just like, oh shit, these are canceled now.
yeah. But you know what? Good riddance.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
This is a and nothing of value was lost moment.
true.
You know, you say that though, and I was thinking the same thing about the Knuckles comics. Yet, now with all the Knuckles stories in the main issues, I'm kind of wishing for the Knuckles comics to be back.
It's
Well,
true. I didn't realize that's what would happen.
the nice thing is that we are not going to have super special tier stories crowding up the main issues because they
Right.
just didn't make that many more of them.
Well, shit, the super special tier stories were only in like fucking 5 of them. The rest of them were just filler.
No, that's what I mean. We won't have okay,
Yeah.
well, we'll definitely still have pointless filler, but we won't
Oh,
have
yeah, of course.
we won't have special filler made specifically for super specials crowding up the main issues.
Right. Right. I appreciate that. I'll give these creators from 20 years ago credit.
Yeah. Speaking of which, let's continue on to one such main issue, Sonic the Hedgehog number 92.
There are 2 things on this cover that fill me with dread.
Yep. It's Monkey Kong and it's Sonic Shuffle in the same issue.
At least they're not the same story.
Surely there's nothing to
Imagine.
quality to be had here.
If they were the same story, I might have just given up.
Listen, we're done with Super Special 15, which means that we don't have to deal with any more rushing in the art department. Oh. Lauren, I had to lead Bruce on to see what was wrong with this issue. Did you know what was
Devin-
wrong with this issue's art?
Devin just about had to shove it down my throat.
Uh,
I'll tell you in a second if you don't.
It's
it
okay
doesn't
if
have
you
to
don't
do with
get
who
it.
did it, does it?
It does
It
in
sort
part.
of does.
I don't remember anyone's names, so that's not going to help me.
Well,
The art
well,
doesn't look terrible to me, but because I have no eye for bad art, unless it's
let's
really,
talk
really
about it.
bad. There are a
Let's talk
few
about it.
instances I can definitely
Yeah,
see.
let's talk about it.
So the story here is The Wrath of Khan, which, yes, they really did call it that.
Of course they
That's not
did.
surprising.
Written by
Yeah.
Carl Ballers and drawn by Michael Higgins. I hope you hear the huge air quotes I'm putting on when I say drawn. The spaceships, previously thought to be meteors, turn out to be full of humans. Sonic tries to make friends, but a furious Monkey Khan stands in his way. So do you want me to just reveal what's up with the art here?
I mean, you might as
I don't
well.
care.
It's all traced. Huge sections of this comic are traced from other artists.
Wait a minute. You know, I saw some of these Eggman poses, and my brain told me I've seen this before. But you know what I told my brain? Yeah, because you've read these comics before. Not because I've seen them in a previous issue.
Yes.
I mean, that's a pretty funny thing to think, like, yeah, I've seen these before. Oh, yeah, because I've already read this before.
The first Eggman there is taken from James Fry. The second one is from Ron Lim. Almost all of the Sonics on the second page are Ron Lim. Those two at the bottom are James Fry. There's some James Fry Minas on the next couple pages. There's more James Fry Eggmans. One of Sonic's poses is straight up stock adventure art that's traced. I think there's some
Wow.
that is even traced from like Gallon from number 50.
My God.
Yeah. So that's
crazy.
something we're going to be dealing with. I wanted to get it out of the way at the start because
Right.
that has really nothing to do with the script.
It doesn't.
But yes, shame on you, Michael Higgins, you tracer, you plagiarist.
I assume everyone was
Mhm.
aware of it and rolled with it.
they draw. I guess they probably just went with it because they're like, we just have to get this story out.
I would
This
I would
is the
hope so
only
anyway.
issue he drew, so maybe
That
it was
doesn't
all just
surprise
strained
me.
around this point. But yes, the meteors were spaceships, and the spaceships were full of humans, and one of them is called Lord Kintober.
Yeah, that was. I guess Eggman has family.
This has already been touched on
Well,
before,
Snively.
even beyond Snively.
Oh,
But
I
yes,
kind of
Snively
forgot he
is the
existed.
major example. Yeah,
Kind of
this
forgot Snively existed. I'm gonna be honest.
How could you? I mean, I forgot Snively was in the comics, but never
We
forget
haven't
Snively.
seen him in a while.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm
Anyway.
glad that they're finally following up on this plot thread. I almost thought
It
they
is
had forgotten.
interesting.
So this is good. Good on you. And yeah, Robotnik's relatives. Ooh,
That is an
this should lead to
interesting
something
plot point.
interesting.
Yeah, so we have his
Also,
brother.
because this is not Prime Robotnik anymore. This is Eggman.
Yes.
Yep, but we get introduced to his brother Colin Kintober, who is the one who banished him from Old Megaopolis, and we have his his mother-in-law, Lady Agnes,
Yeah,
who I thought
yes,
was his wife at
mother-in-law.
first, but she's not.
No, his wife is dead.
Both of his wives are dead. He had two.
Yeah, both of them. That's true.
And also Hope, who is this girl who is his
Stepdaughter.
Stepdaughter, yes, right, of his other dead wife. So Sonic comes to say hi, but Hope is like, "Eek, a wild animal," and they're like,
Yes,
"Oh,
this
get away
child
from
is
us."
racist.
What? Yeah, it's like these are the same humans who did fight in a war against Mobian. So why do they? Are they just
Yeah,
being racist, or do they think Sonic is an animal?
Well, hold on.
Well,
I doubt Hope was born at that point.
Okay, that's fair. She was probably born in space.
So she probably doesn't know what a Mobian is. Well, I guess technically even the Overlanders should be called Mobians. I feel like we do need a different name for the animals.
We can call humans humans.
I guess, yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway,
but,
yeah.
Sonic saves them because a combat attacks them.
Yeah, Sonic saves them because he's a fucking good person.
Yeah.
So back at Knothole, Rotor blabs that Mina was with Sonic and the stolen sword, so Jeffrey's gonna go on the attack real quick. Always looking for an opportunity.
Oh, of course he is. This is a hilarious moment because Mina tries the old cough to cover up what somebody's saying trick, and then Jeffrey is like, "What? You think I'm a rookie? You can't pull that on me."
I was about to say, like, do you really think Jeffrey's that stupid?
Which is great, because I could totally see that trick working in an earlier comic.
Oh, yeah.
I just think that it's funny for him to say your unskilled attempt at covering up to her, in response to just her coughing. But, yes, so we then get Eggman's reaction to all this. He's not wearing his goggles in this issue for some reason. But,
I didn't even notice that, yeah.
He is shocked to see that a version of his brother, Colin Kintober, is here on Earth, and he sends this hilarious hologram of his giant screaming face to cast doubt on Sonic's claims of his villainy.
It is a very funny looking hologram. I have to knock Ballers a little bit here because he makes the all too common mistake of having Eggman call himself an alternate version of Robotnik, which makes no sense.
Oh, yeah.
He would just say, my brother. Wait, no, I'm not from this universe.
Yeah, this is
my
alternate
brother. Like, he could have just said something like that, but he says it in a way
Yeah, because
that's
to
very
him,
confusing.
he's not the alternate Eggman.
Yeah, he should call Colin the alternate.
Yeah, all these characters are alternates as far as he's concerned.
But, yeah, he sends the face hologram, and I like, as much as it is trace art, the Sonic going into a stock adventure pose just to say, no, don't buy it, he's lying.
You gotta pose
dramatically when I want to contradict
someone.
It's
like JoJo.
But he is inviting them to Robotropolis in order to, stay away from the furry menace, as he calls them. And Sonic's like, no, you can't do that. Anyway, here's Monkey Kong to interrupt that.
Here's Monkey Kong basically being a furry menace.
Well, it's like, what do we talk? What? This is completely out of the blue.
Monkey Kong?
It's honestly, if you've been reading the side stories, which I don't blame anyone for just skipping over those, but if you haven't been paying attention, this makes perfect sense.
We
Honestly,
know Monkey Kong was coming to like murk Eggman.
yeah, this is why he's here. And
Yeah,
you
so
know, I don't blame you, Bruce, for looking at Monkey Kong and being like, "Oh no," but I kind of like this. I think that it adds
yeah.
some value to those side stories, actually tying in here.
Yeah. So tying it into the main story with Sonic, I'm cool with that. I just don't like Monkey Kong.
Well, I don't hate Monkey Kong, but I don't blame you for not liking him either. But I think here, although it's annoying, it does serve a pretty decent purpose in
Sure. No,
stirring up trouble because it'd be
I
too
can agree
easy
with
if
that. No,
Sonic would just be
I
like,
can
"No, don't
agree with
listen to
that.
that guy. He's
Yeah, Sonic
terrible."
could just be like, yeah, don't listen to him. He's a prick. Then Monkey Kong shows up and does exactly what Eggman is basically warning them about.
And it's
Yeah.
logical, even though it seems like it's out of nowhere. The pieces were set.
No, I totally get where it comes from.
Yeah, I guess. I think for me it's just like he seems like he's antagonizing Sonic as much as he is Eggman as part of it.
Well,
Which is
remember,
not
Monkey
it's not that
Kong does
he's
not have a great relationship with Sonic.
True.
yeah, but they at least parted on not the worst terms last time. I don't know.
Parted on
Um
terms.
and yes, Bruce, you could dread seeing him because I don't find him to be a compelling character at all. But it's also the fact that he looks like shit for the entire issue.
No, he does not look good in literally any piece in this issue. So
Well, it's
that
because
also helped.
here's what it is, because this whole issue is either badly drawn or traced, but there's no
Right.
good drawings of Monkey Kong to trace from because
Which
they're all by
means
Frank Strom, who's not really a
Right.
good artist.
which means we're stuck with shit art Monkey Kong, and specifically on page 8 might be my favorite Monkey Kong face. Maybe page 9.
What is that mouth?
What
It's
is that
like,
emotion?
it's not even Sweet Bro Hella Jeff mouth. It's like he's got two sets of teeth, or like I don't know.
What is
logical.
what is this emotion? This reminds me of the Tails Gets Trolled face, where I can't really discern what the emotion is, but I totally vibe with it.
Yeah. So Jeffrey is doing a bad cop interrogation on Mina, and it's not really working. So Hershey steps in as calm cop to get the info out of her. Although personally, I would be terrified by her horrific sudden human proportions in this panel.
This is the first time Hershey has been human woman body.
I don't know if it's the first time, but this is
It's definitely not.
No, we pointed it out before because I think Hershey got hit with the human model body with a cat head before Sally got hit with the human model body with the chipmunk head.
That's possibly true.
I think.
in any case, she is willing to tell them, and I want to note that this is where Ballard starts setting up Hershey and Jeffrey as a couple.
Okay, it's what I thought was going on, which is a really weird couple. Is it just because they're a black and white cat with a skunk?
I think it's the color scheme, and I don't know if it's like a partial Pepe Le Pew joke.
That's what I'm thinking. Is it like Pepe Le Pew?
I don't know.
Like,
I've never
so,
heard them say
that's-
anything about it, and I think it's
such a
literally just the
weird
fact that they
one.
work together.
I guess.
Yeah, it makes some.
Ah,
degree
yes.
of
If you
sense.
work with someone, you have to fall in love with them.
Listen, you know what?
Mhm.
It's two consenting adults. That's the best we can hope for.
You know what?
See,
That's
this is
fair.
why I appreciate it. It's because it finally
that's
keeps
fair.
Jeffrey away from Sally.
That's true. It's no longer sex pest Jeffrey.
Yeah, and frankly, it's like Ballers is doing his best to make these characters at least distinct and fine. So, you know what? Good on you, man. So Sonic wants to get the humans to listen to him, but Khan is too pissed off about losing his whole village to care, and so he just wants to do violence, so they're fighting.
Yeah.
See, this is where I like Khan actually, because he's just so over the top. I mean, Sonic is just like,
yeah.
why are you fighting me? Chill out. And then
Yeah,
Khan
Sonic's
is
at least
like,
trying to be, not fucking hot-headed, unlike most of the time.
Yeah, no, I
And-
definitely like the concept where Khan is this sort of, he's not really a hero or a villain, he's just someone who's so pissed off he can be either, depending on the circumstance.
Right.
It's
dude just has no chill when you get him going. I have to love this line. Can a sun cease the inferno that rages at its very heart? It's just so over the top. It's lovely.
I like that Sonic
it-
immediately calls that line corny afterward.
Well, yeah.
That feels like a line from Journey to the West, also.
Is it?
I've read Journey to the West. It's been a long time though, so
All
I
right.
don't know.
So yeah, they keep fighting, and Tails says hi to Rotor. I don't have anything specific to say about it. And then we get a scene that is hilarious in multiple ways, where Sally is talking to her mom,
This is probably the best looking art in the entire story.
even though it's traced from James Fry. Although
I mean, yeah.
hilariously, the way that he's traced it is such that he turned Elias into Alicia, which is very funny.
They, also, I think I pointed this out to you last night. They still haven't given Alicia clothing yet. She's still just walking around in a hospital gown.
For
Yes.
some reason.
You
Um,
know.
and this scene does prove the problem with integrating Alicia as a character at all, which is that she is a complete stranger to her own daughter. She's
Well, yeah, and
alien
she
to the
has
entire cast.
Yeah,
Well,
and
that's
she
not
has
a
no
bad
idea what's
setup,
going.
to be
It
honest.
it isn't, but she also in turn she also has no clue what's been going on for the last decade. So she's basically just she's kind of a nothing character
For now, there's
for
potential
now.
here.
Oh,
I
there's definitely
honestly
potential.
don't remember if it's followed up on at all, but I'll
There's
say
definitely
this is an interesting
potential.
setup.
Oh yeah, no, I'm very interested to see where this goes.
We went from Antoine and Drag last week to Elias and Drag this week. Um, anyway, so after this, still Sonic and Khan fighting, but let's talk about this boomer ass exchange between the two of them, where Khan says, "I've had enough of you," and Sonic says, "Well, I've had enough Pokemon, but you don't see me complaining."
This is peak Sonic the Hedgehog Archie comic right here. Just Sonic
I am
suddenly with super long spines for no reason references Pokemon
I
and
am
then
so
leaves. He's
surprised
like,
to
I'm
see
gonna go
them
save the day now.
reference Pokemon just out of nowhere.
What, also, Sonic is like, what, 4 years older than Pokemon the originals?
Something like that.
Uh, but it's too late either way. The humans have basically fully entered Robotropolis, and Sonic can't stop them. So, yeah, you screwed up, Khan. Good job.
Yeah, you really screwed the pooch there.
That's what Khan does.
It really is.
Yeah, and so everything is worse now. Khan fucks off, and Sonic looks really janky as he does a Star Trek reference.
Yeah, I'm surprised that I didn't get this. That was a Star Trek reference at first.
You're the Star Trek guy.
I
Ow. I
know,
don't.
I know. I think I just kind of skipped over this page because of the terrifying Sonic.
Well, yeah, he presumably is so angry because Khan cut his eye in half.
I noticed
He
that.
has two separate eyes. Oh, so yeah, not a terrible script, but such a hilariously
No.
bad visuals for the issue.
Yeah.
No, this launches into an interesting plot line, in my
I'm sure.
opinion.
Yeah. No, I
Yeah.
mean, I'm interested to see where this goes. It's just the art is like
Well, it makes you
real
happy.
stanky.
It makes you happy to see Ron Lim on the next page.
Mm.
Yeah.
This is our second story of the issue, which is Premonition. Ken Penders and Ron Lim. Adaptation of the 2000 Dreamcast party game Sonic Shuffle, featuring Imaginary World and Lumina.
I thought we were free of this game.
Well, we will be. And also, this story is kind of nothing.
I mean, yeah, it is
Yeah,
pretty much.
which is
nothing.
weird because it's a good few pages. Like they could have done this in like
It
3.
is. Yeah, I feel like they were just told, like, adapt this game, and they're like, I don't know how to do that. So,
Well, I wouldn't really know how either, to be fair.
do we even understand Sonic Shuffle's story in the first place?
Not
Not,
really.
not really. I think this is basically just the intro cutscene, though.
Right,
It's
that's all you
basically
need to
just
adapt.
Lumina explaining, hi, we need gemstones, and also Void is bad. Help us, please.
And then, the other three show up, and or before that, actually,
Yeah.
and then nothing really happens.
Well, yeah, because it's just like an intro to Sonic Shuffle, which makes me question, is the story even canon to the comics?
Everything is canon.
I do not
I
think
guess. But
they
then
ever...
does that mean that the game is canon to the comics? Because it clearly leads
Yeah.
into the game.
Yes.
Well,
It is the only game that's canon to the Archie comics.
Wow.
We know we already understand that when these comics say play the game to find the rest of the story, that doesn't necessarily mean that you will.
But this is never.
It's
Well, I could
true.
be wrong. I never should say never. I don't think this is followed up on.
No, I don't think so. I think there may be some sort of editorial mandate on this because they never used stuff from Shuffle even once Flynn showed up. And I feel like Flynn would be someone to try and integrate Shuffle stuff,
Sure.
but not even the modern comics can touch it. So
That's so weird. Why?
That is weird.
I don't know. The modern comics don't let him use Eggman Nega either, so I don't know.
What?
Yeah.
But that's like a modern character. Okay, that's wow.
Sega is weird. So, you know, I really
Sega is
it could
weird.
go either way. It could be that they didn't care, or it could be that they didn't want them to. That's the issue, though.
Yeah, that was an issue, all right.
It'll get better.
You know, you can keep
Specifically-
saying that.
Well, I mean,
It
it'll
always
get better for
does.
tonight.
It just doesn't
It
always
does.
stay better.
That's
Yeah.
true. I'm joking.
Well, let's look here at Sonic number 93, where on the cover we get a break from Sonic is accused of crimes he didn't do narratives for a Sonic is accused of crimes he absolutely did narrative.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah,
yeah.
Not sure why everyone
for
around
him.
him seems to have been turned to stone, though.
it's very strange.
It's a metaphor
Colorists just didn't want to bother, I guess.
for that.
But yes, this is Crime N Punishment, written by Follows and drawn by Fry.
Ends.
While the humans get used to their new home in Robotropolis, everyone returns to Nuthole to deal with Sonic's crime of stealing and losing the Sword of Acorns. I love whenever...
At least I was gonna say, at least Sonic is actually gonna take responsibility eventually.
Eventually.
Yeah. I love whenever Sonic
Eventually.
is going really fast but looks sad. That's just a hilarious visual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, we got Fry again, so it's pleasant to look at. Sonic is arrested for stealing the sword. They put him in a net, basically. But they actually deal with this in a mostly mature way, in that they're not throwing him in jail or anything, but Elias is like, you have to do something, man.
Yeah, you have to answer for your crime in some way. We're not gonna throw you in jail because you're a hero, but like,
But you have to accept that you fucked it.
yeah, you fucked up, and we're gonna have to deal with this somehow.
I
Yeah.
love the little bomb on page 3 that just doesn't have arms. It looks adorable.
It looks like a Kirby enemy.
It really
you got
does.
me. You knew exactly where I was going. But yeah, so they're going to be dealing with that, but we also get little snapshots into Robotropolis with humans in it.
Oh yeah.
They're having a hard
Yeah.
time adjusting, but Eggman's like, don't worry, you can be racist against furries here. And they're like, thank God.
Thank God.
Eggman knows how to rile up a crowd.
He
Yeah.
really does.
You'd think that he'd, like, appear in person, but no, he still has the giant, ominous, floating head holograms.
That's totally in character for him.
True.
Everyone cheers for it, so I guess it works, but,
Yeah.
we do get to see Kodos for a second, and he's like, yeah, I got the sword, and now I don't need anybody else. Haha, I'm going to turn on my partner.
Or
Hey,
choice
so-
of words.
So I've got a question about this scene. The Sword of Acorn should be tiny when Kodos is holding it.
Yeah.
It's not really a question, I guess.
Oh,
But,
we've made fun of the scaling in these issues for
I
a
know.
while now, so...
You know,
And-
they
yeah.
I the writers, if asked, would probably just be like, "Oh, you know, it's a magic sword, so it adjusts to the size of the wielder."
Yeah, you know. So Sonic is... It's like he will eventually accept responsibility, but he's kind of shirking it so that he can apologize to Sally for screwing up.
Right. He wants to specifically apologize to Sally, which I can understand that.
Yeah.
I do find it funny because Jeffrey wouldn't have taken this, but the fact that Elias butted in and then Sonic was just like, "Oh, this is my opportunity to just walk away," because Elias would allow such a thing.
Yeah, that's definitely that's interesting.
Of course, when Sonic does walk away, Mina crashes into him at high speed.
So she's still fast.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny that, like, nobody except her seems to care about that.
Well,
Like,
see,
Sonic's not like,
the funny
wow, she's
thing
fast.
about Mina is rightly so. Everyone ignores her pretty much. But I find page 8 to be utterly terrifying and impossible to ignore.
Yes, because they fall on the ground and then they
Uh-huh.
make fucking googly eyes at each other.
Yeah, are we getting relationship teases between these two now?
This is what I have alluded to this whole time.
Oh
Carl
boy.
Ballers was instructed by Justin Gabri to make Mina specifically for the purposes of starting shipping wars.
Oh god.
And
Jesus Christ.
well, this page is just a taste of it, but you're gonna see how clearly disinterested in any kind of actual romantic drama he was, but it is not gonna be pretty.
That's just terrible.
So
I
look
wish these
forward to
comics did
that.
not have Gabri as editor. But hey, good news, good news. Antoine and Bunny are back with the General,
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
and unfortunately we can't restore his free will because of Sonic.
Oh, right. Yes.
Yeah. So it's only like a half hell yeah.
So I guess they're gonna keep him in the prison cell or something. I don't know.
They don't even have a way to like sedate him or anything.
Yeah. Arachnus steals the sword from Kodos now.
This is funny.
Yeah.
Like, did Arachnus not know who they were working with? Kodos has always been shown to be a complete self-centered maniac.
Well, yeah, but like I feel like he still understood that he needed the assistance.
The sword has gone from King to Sonic to Robotnik to Arachnus to Kodos to Arachnus in just the span of a couple issues.
And Kodos is here dreaming about cutting wood like a real man.
He's
Sure.
such a
Like
weird character.
what?
So Elias is still trying to figure out what to do with Sonic, but he's being too hesitant, which leads Jeffrey to say, "Hey dude, you basically suck. I had a thing with your dad, so let me just tell you what to do."
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I completely forgot about this development, and this caught me off guard. I can't believe it. So remember way back when there was that moment when the king was like, "Ah, Sally has to take the throne," and well, fine, she won't have it. Then there's one other possibility, and it says next Jeffrey. Jeffrey is making moves. This is
Yes,
step one.
this is Jeffrey becoming acting monarch of the Acorn Kingdom.
Oh
I
God,
cannot
help us all.
believe the jerk.
God.
That's a complete coincidence, by the way, because it's two different writers. But yes,
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. But the fact that I thought Jeffrey could do such a thing is proven here. Yes, he can.
which means that Ballers kind of, this is another example of Ballers read the character very similar to how we did.
Yeah, no, I like the way Ballers writes Jeffrey because he's still dislikable, but not because he's just utterly disgusting.
Yeah, no, he's not. He's not just he's a piece of shit, but in a different way.
Exactly.
In a way that's intentional, yeah. And, even
Right.
just the subtle, like, effects on the page, the way that it sort of bleeds into blackness as they shake hands, it's explicitly showing
Mhm.
this as kind of a not good development.
Yes.
Right.
So, yeah. We do get this very funny scene here in Robotnik's base where Colin Sr. and Julian are, well, I mean, they're brothers across timelines, but,
Yeah.
yeah, so Colin Sr. and Julian are brothers. Snively is Colin's son. He's Colin Kintober Jr., but his mom died a long time ago. So Colin Sr. remarried at some point after this, but his second wife also died on a trip through space. Lady Agnes is his second wife's mother, and the girl Hope Kintober is the second wife's daughter, meaning that she and Snively are half-siblings with no blood relation.
Yeah. So also, how old is Snively?
I have no idea.
He seems like he's like 45, but then also Colin here looks like he's like he looks like he looks like Anime Man, so he could be anywhere from 15 to 70.
I think he's probably... If we were to say that Snively is in his late 20s, you could tell me this guy is in,
Ooh.
like, his 50s.
Oof, Snively looks terrible then.
No, that checks out. I would expect as much.
I mean, yeah.
For Snively.
I mean, for the most part, yeah, I agree.
Yeah, thanks for hashing that out, Devin. I didn't quite follow everything here. I don't know why it's so overly complicated, but I kind of like it. I didn't expect the Robotnik family to just suddenly come in here, be like, "Yep,
Yeah, suddenly it's just the Robotnik family just exists now.
well, I
Yeah.
mean, so
They
Col-
existed before. We'd seen them. I mean more like they're actual like important characters now.
yeah, yeah. We had even seen Colin before, and I didn't mention it
Yes,
previously,
we
but I was
did.
surprised to see him particularly to come back. I kind of assumed he died or something.
A fair
That was
That's a
weird,
fair assumption, I would say.
but not as weird, I think. Well, I don't know. You tell me what you think of the fact that Colin is being so friendly with Eggman here.
Why is he being so buddy buddy with Eggman?
Well, I think, a lot can change in 10 years, and certainly this man does not look like the brother he banished, although it's for different reasons that he might assume.
I mean, to be fair, I think he does. Colin does mention that he looks different. I
Yeah,
think.
so I would
That
say
comes,
I would
that
say
comes
that
up later.
he's trying to be cordial, especially with what he's done to this man, and the fact that Eggman was inviting him here, he's trying to be
Right.
polite. He doesn't necessarily know that Eggman is the worst dictator to ever live because they've been in space all this time.
Right.
No, yeah, it's perhaps a little odd, but not unbelievable. Um, but yeah, I like this, and I like as it goes on because more and more there's just this sinister air. You see
Mm.
Eggman here, and he's being all friendly, and you're just like, all right, when is he gonna just murder all of them?
When is the other shoe gonna drop
That
exactly?
is what I've been expecting is for him to just kind of or to roboticize all of them or like roboticize all of them except for Colin and make him watch.
Oof,
That would be
jeez.
on brand.
I mean, I expect him to do that.
We'll see. Um, for right now, Sonic finally acts like an adult and confesses to his crime, just in time for, Eli now being advised by Jeffrey to be like, all right, well, I'm not going to throw you in jail. Instead, you're just grounded.
Oh, and Jeffrey doesn't want to have to call you sir anymore, so no more of that
Right.
title.
So you're no longer a knighthood. You're no
Yes.
longer a knight, which I kind of forgot Sonic was a knight.
Yeah, well, I think the knight status is part of this grounding is that he's stripped of his knighthood and then
Right.
because he's a minor, he's confined to Knothole.
Right.
Oh yeah, I guess that's true. I, this bugs me just a little bit. I do like Sonic owning up. However, seriously, like, why is he just like, oh, okay, I took it, I lost it, do whatever you need to do. Why isn't he like, yeah, I took it, and you can, do whatever you think is fit with me afterwards. But for now, why don't we work with like, I don't know, Rotor, Nate, Nicole, Tails, or anyone else capable to like get through that energy shield, which is the only thing that was blocking him, and get the sword back. Like, why? Why don't they just
I'm,
go after the sword?
I'm sure glad you remember Nicole exists because I don't think the writers do.
Yeah, she's
I thought
been
they
very
showed up at
sparse.
in some recent comic.
If she has, it's been been just as a drawing, not actually saying anything.
So, but you're saying that Sonic is like I think the thing for me is that Sonic doesn't necessarily know what they're going to punish him with. So
Right.
it's fair for him to say, I'm ready to do whatever. The problem is that their solution is something that explicitly makes their fight against Robotnik worse. Um,
Right.
and it's not
Well,
even
to be
that
fair,
that's a problem.
they're not in direct conflict with they haven't been in direct conflict with Eggman in a decent length of time.
This will become more apparent later. But yes, they
Yeah.
don't seem in any hurry to do much of anything, which is
I think
weird.
it seems like they're trying to build up Knothole into an actual realm now.
We're getting ahead of ourselves a
Yes.
little bit there, but yes.
I mean, okay,
It's
well, okay, I was saying more just like if that at this point it seems like that would be more what Elias ergo or Jeffrey through Elias would want to be doing before going after Eggman.
Well, so that was what I was going to say, is that this could either work as Sonic submits and they say, we'll give you your punishment after you get the sword back, or Sonic protests a little bit and they say, well, you're confined here, and he's like, but what about me getting the sword? Because it can either be Sonic submitting it to their decision and going to get the sword afterward, or it can be Elias and Jeffrey making a bad decision and Sonic not being able to contradict them, but it's both, which is annoying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just wish he would have said something.
Yeah.
It just doesn't. Just staying silently sad, Sonic, after getting that. Wow, he's depressed for some reason.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's just that I think it might just be Sonic doesn't know what to. I don't. I think Sonic didn't know what was going to happen, so when he got basically given the worst thing that could have happened to him, other than him actually being thrown in prison,
I
I
mean,
think
it's an
it threw
open
him for
air
a bit of a
prison,
loop.
but yeah.
It is basically he's still in prison. He has not hole. His not hole is his prison.
Hmm.
He said his new prison is shame. Anyway, yeah. Maybe he's depressed because he had to look at this next story.
Nah.
This is bagging the big one. Penders on both story and art, and boy can you tell it. Gruckles travels to Goldenhive in search of help from Charmy, but is coerced into following the lead of Knack. And holy shit, it's Charmy!
Yeah. Holy shit! Charmy
Yeah.
exists still.
Wow.
He has not appeared since the drug arc.
Yep.
It's been like, I don't know, a lot of comics. I don't want to give numbers
Has.
anymore since you disproved me last week, but
I'm impressed that they remembered Charmy existed.
Yeah.
But I
yeah.
guess leave it to Penders to follow up on Knuckles' material. That's one thing
True.
you do.
True.
Yeah. And it's Jank Pender's art as usual. His girlfriend Saffron here being particularly like I hate looking at her. Her design is so bad. But worse than that, less attractive than that, is the backgrounds, where the overwhelming majority of them, we saw this in the Lost Ones comic if you saw a review of that, but the
That
overwhelming
is
majority
true.
of the backgrounds here are blurry ass photographs.
Mhm.
Oh, I love that so much.
It looks horrible.
It looks god awful.
We have Nick and Knack here spying on Gruckles.
Okay, so I take major issue with the whole line of logic here because they point out that oh well, it was easy to track down Knuckles because they've lost everyone, all their friends. Charmy is literally the only person left that they're on good terms with. Like, really? Like Knuckles couldn't go to anyone in Knothole? Like, I think that would be much,
I
higher on his list than
so
Charmy at least.
Yeah, the Acorns and their kingdom would definitely have more resources that could help him.
Then a bee and his fiance or girlfriend.
Fiance.
Okay.
Although it is funny for Fender to be like, well, I deleted all of his old friends with a laser beam, so I guess this is all we have left.
Yeah, I got to use the one that we seem to theorize that he hates.
Yeah. Also, I thought before that Golden Hive was on Angel Island, but I guess not.
Yeah, I figured it would have been because all the other chaotics are actually are from Angel Island.
Or at least lived there.
Is this not on Angel Island?
I don't think so.
I
I
don't
guess it
think
wasn't
so.
the whole island that was
Yeah, it
launched
wasn't
into
the
the
whole
quantum
island.
beam.
No, it wasn't.
Inconclusive. Anyway,
Yeah.
so Fang's strategy here is to just approach everyone like they're complete strangers, which shouldn't work, right? Knuckles punched him out in the Triple Trouble special.
Yes,
That's true.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah. I honestly couldn't remember, but yes, I guess that Knuckles does know next. So,
Yeah. That is true.
Well, and right now, Gruckles is, all powerful, godly, so Penders should at least give him inhuman levels of memory.
that's not how it works.
Nah,
Also, he
no.
doesn't really display that a lot of the time here.
Oh,
yeah.
well, of course, Gruckles is the most pointless superpower ever, but even if he didn't, Gruckles still should have taken a swing at him when he threatens him with a knife.
Yeah, no, at the very least, Knuckles should be able to, like, be regular Knuckles and just be like, hey, no, I'm gonna punch you or something.
Yeah. But instead, he just kind of goes along with it and only gets suspicious when Fang lets slip that he's a guardian?
Yeah,
Yeah. Where
like,
does that come
so
from?
you bothered to, like, bring back Nag, who has, like, a dubious track record, to be honest.
Yeah.
But at least they're teaming up with Nick now, and okay, maybe they'll do something clever. But no, they just do a simple threat. to Saffron and Charmy, and Knuckles is like, sure, okay, like that's all it takes. And then 2 seconds later, the rest of everyone else shows up because they were just there waiting too, which makes you wonder why they even bothered to hire Nick and Knack then. Also, like this whole thing is way more convoluted than it needed to be, I think.
Well, and for me, it's also, they treat the Guardians kind of like they're celebrities on Angel Island. Why would Knack not know? Like, it's publicly available knowledge.
That's true.
But yes, in any case, he does immediately just destroy his own plan by calling Gruckles a Guardian, and then it's like, oh no, are we gonna have tension? Nope, here's everybody from Albion anyway.
Yeah, just a little bit suddenly.
Yeah, and again, it's like Gruckles has all-powerful god powers, but nope, just cuffed instantly. Can't get out of those.
Nope, definitely. As I said, it seems to be like Knuckles still doesn't have a hand on their abilities, and probably doesn't even
I mean,
want to risk using them, really.
Other than being green and some level of chaos powers, what are his abilities?
We'll see.
Win.
Win. Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
Also, Galana is back to being purple, but Yanar is back to being red. So, what the hell?
Oh my gosh, I didn't even notice that, because next issue, that's not going to be the...
Yeah, that's your Knuckles story for the night. And by the night, I mean that issue.
Mm.
But don't worry, because as silly as that is, we can get sillier. Let's look at Sonic number 94 here.
I'd rather not look at it.
High school? Hello Kitty? Mina's face?
Yeah, I'd rather not look at it.
Yeah.
Why do we need so much anime?
Because anime was getting popular with the teens and tweens in the year 2000 and something. But
that is true. But...
Yeah, it leads to this cover where they asked Spaziant to redraw Mina's face, and it looks really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sonic and Tails look fine, but...
Yeah, they look pretty good. They look quite good.
I'll show the original line art for this cover where Mina looks normal. She looks way cuter. It's like, why would you do that? But yes, we have Sonic and friends going to school, and we have anime that are both transparent attempts to make the comic more popular. They didn't work.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, as we'll see here in our story, New Order, written by Ballers, drawn by Fry. Grounded from freedom fighting, Sonic is stuck attending high school in Knothole. Meanwhile, rumblings of conspiracy threaten the relative peace of Robotropolis.
Okay, wait a second. So right here, right off the bat, Elias is like, okay, well, first of all, it's been 6.5 weeks, so time skip for some reason. I mean, the reason is so that they can build a hospital, a school, a prison, an entire castle in this secret, secluded base in the forest.
Yeah,
they sure are lucky that Eggman is preoccupied at the moment.
Yeah, Knothole's becoming less and less a secret and more an actual city.
This should fall apart as soon as Eggman decides to look for them,
but
I don't know that it will.
A canopy of trees covering this?
They have to cut them down.
Oh yeah, they cut them down to make all of these bridges between these enormous treehouse things.
Yeah.
But yes, it has been modernized into a proper city with schools and infrastructure and prison. I like Antoine looking despondently at the prison.
Well, I mean, I assume that's where his father is, so...
Yeah. And, yes, this means that Sonic and his friends have to attend high school, except for Antoine, because he's technically a legal adult. I think that's why I thought Bunny might have been, is because she's like a year younger than him, is fine.
Yeah, it's 18 and 17. That's whatever.
Yeah.
Well, for the most part, whatever.
I like Tails reading the Speedy Porcupine comics. Bit of a...
You know.
I wonder what he thinks of the writing in those.
We'd only be so blessed to know.
Yeah.
So, as I said before, there's a whole time skip, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, I wonder what's been going on for those weeks. Sonic hasn't been able to talk to Sally at all. I don't believe that. How?
Well, because she's, like, being sheltered.
I guess? Yeah,
it's
really weird.
Sonic is such a defeatist because plot.
He probably has. He probably. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Also, I wouldn't be.
He could find her. It would not be difficult.
He
He's
knows where to
avoiding her.
find her. There's a goddamn castle.
Yeah.
You know, yes, true.
There's a goddamn castle. Of course we know where he is.
When it's weird because it's not like Sally doesn't want to see him. She finds this old photo of her in Sonic, which hilariously could
Yeah.
not be more obviously a repurposed old Art Moini drawing.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
but it's like, Sonic, do you want to talk to your sort of girlfriend? No. I'm just gonna sit
No.
on my bed while my friends play fourth wall Sonic games. I don't know. Although that looks more like a PlayStation 1 that they're playing it on.
It does. Or maybe an original Xbox. Wait, no, that's Dreamcast.
I guess the controller looks PS1.
The
The
controller,
box
the
does look
console is
Dreamcast.
the console's definitely Dreamcast, but yeah, the controller is like weird.
Yeah. Look at us fucking nerds. But yes, she's. Everybody is a little bit unhappy. Most especially, I would suspect, the people of Robotropolis, which is a totalitarian surveillance state, complete
I
with
love
Big
the
Brother references.
I love the obey signs.
Yeah.
This is great. My first thought, of course, was, wait a minute, how is everyone still alive? But then I was like, you know what? Very Eggman to just enjoy the moment for a while
Yeah.
and go full on, maybe even channel a little bit of Sonic Underground Robotnik even.
Ooh, that's true.
I love the egg-shaped personal flying vehicles. Those are really great.
Also,
Yeah.
where did all this come from? Did Eggman just have this stuff ready?
Well, it's been 6.5 weeks, and if they could build an entire castle in Knothole, Robotnik can definitely deck out a city for, actual residents.
I guess, yeah.
Well, and, they explain a little bit on, the human space voyage in this scene where Eggman treats his lab with some couches in it as a lounge.
I love the
Sure.
Art Deco couches.
Yeah. Um,
Also, everyone else is in a different outfit except for Colin. He's still in his spacesuit.
Because he's got to look official and in charge.
And put him in a suit in a suit and tie or something.
Yeah, that might work. I love this face from Eggman when he's just trying to be, personable, and he's not very good at it.
He really isn't. He's
Yeah.
he's been dealing with just talking to Uncle Chuck, who is just not very. He's not very talkative.
Yeah.
no. But you know what? Somehow, Colin is kind of happy with Robotropolis. I guess old Megapolis was kind of an authoritarian state anyway.
That's
Um,
true.
Oh yeah.
He basically forgives Eggman, which would be it's like a weird mix of heartwarming and dramatic irony because you know that he's gonna fuck him over.
Oh yeah, of course.
As I said, I really dig this. This is great.
Thing.
Yeah, I'm down to see where this goes. And yeah, I hadn't thought about that before. Yeah, Colin is probably just fitting right in here.
He's
And
back at home.
it really is, he's the reason that, because I'm like, why the heck is no one else objecting? Well, we'll see that there are objections, but no one's really voicing them. And I guess everyone's just following Colin's lead because I guess, well, what did they call them? He had a title. I can't remember what it was, but he's obviously in charge.
It was. I think his title was just Lord.
Yeah,
Yeah, they call him
and I
Lord
guess he
Keyboard.
has supreme rule probably, and
Yeah.
so it works.
Well, he
what
was
doesn't
the one who helped blast him into space after they lost the war, so I guess it
Right.
probably falls on him.
Yeah.
yeah.
They also they see that Snively was out breaking curfew. Where the fuck have you been?
Yeah,
That's,
okay.
Yeah.
I'm so glad to see Snively. However, I'm very confused, and I don't, maybe later, but not soon. There's not an explanation. Why is Snively here? Last we saw him, he was like, I don't want anything to do with Eggman. I'm leaving now, which,
Yeah, he was with the Goon
understandable.
Squad.
So why is he
Mhm.
back here?
Maybe they found him out and about scampering. I don't know. Maybe he was trying to steal some food or video games. Yeah, so Sonic and Tails have some dumb teen conversations before bed, but they get woken up by an earthquake, and oh god, why are their giant hideous feet the subject of this entire page? Don't do that. We don't need more
No,
of that.
don't.
I
No,
thought we
don't.
left that in the classic era. Don't do more of
No, we're never going to leave it.
this. We're not going to dwell on it. Not going to dwell on it.
No,
They
no,
save
we
some
shouldn't.
people, and basically it doesn't matter. Anyway, back to the plot, where Eggman visits Snively in jail.
Yes. I'll forgive no not explaining at all why Snively is here because I'm just glad to see him back.
Oh,
And
sure, yeah.
the writers are wasting no time. There was this odd dynamic with Snively and Eggman. Well, I guess he was still Robotnik at the time, where Snively was kind of helping, but you didn't think it would last. But they're obviously like, no. Let's just shift back to the classic. They're working together because right off the bat, Eggman is actually just like, you know, why don't you just join me in totally screwing with Colin? And Snively is like, sign me up.
He's like, hell yeah, brother.
Fuck my dad, yeah. It's... I don't know why exactly he and Colin Sr. always hated each other, but you know what? I am happy for this. This is a good development.
Yes.
So, it's the first day of school, everybody.
Oh boy.
Wow.
Tails is unfortunately stuck with the other kids, meaning he's not with Sonic. Even though Tails is supposed to be a super genius, but I don't know if he's really at that point yet.
I don't think he is. He still just kind of seems like a kid who's
Yeah, he hasn't
a little
really done
better.
any mechanic stuff in these comics yet, has
No, he hasn't.
You
Not
really
a
think he
ton,
would have by
every
now.
now and then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rotor looks like a stoner in his new outfit.
I didn't even notice Rotor's new outfit. Why do they all need new outfit? Well,
It's a time
Bunny
skip.
and Rotor.
That's what you do time skips for.
It's like 6.5 weeks. I don't
Wow.
get new clothing in 6.5 weeks.
I don't know.
Okay.
And yeah, Bunny has a new outfit too. I don't like it. Go back to her other outfit.
Yeah, I'm guessing they're gonna go back. New hair also, which I also don't like.
Yeah, they really want the Southern Belle horny. You're explicitly stating here that she's 17. Anyway,
The
not gonna
Daisy
dwell on it.
Duke, the whatever the fuck shirt.
Anyway, meanwhile, in the part of the story where stuff's happening, it's like everything that matters in this
really
comic
is.
is centered around the Robotnik family.
It is, which is
Real.
interesting.
Hope is sneaking around the Citadel because she does not like any of this. She's like, oh, this is fucked up. I don't like it. And she gets freaked out because she sees one of the Robian slaves.
Yes, I hadn't
Yeah.
thought about that before, but I guess, yes, Eggman has been concealing those, which makes sense, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, his entire thing is, oh, it's a city with none of the furries in it, except for
Oh,
mine that
yeah,
I like.
Except
right.
for my non-furry furries.
Yeah, my
No, that's true. That makes
medleys.
sense.
Tails' backpack goes missing because that's what we care about, but it actually does matter because it turns out Athair needs him for something.
I love this. This is wonderful.
Why
My
does Athair
brain
keep
was
kidnapping Tails?
That's what Athair does, or
I
part
know.
of what Athair does. He kidnaps
why-
people, but
well,
Tails is one person that he
Especially,
kidnaps.
especially Tails though. But why specifically Tails?
Well, he's done it
Tails is the
before.
chosen
I
one.
know.
Yeah, as
Oh.
Athair says.
That's true. He does.
This is so out of left field, though. My brain was like solidly into Sonic Schoolhouse mode. I was like, okay, this is what we're doing. And Athair is like, there are still important plot threads and convoluted lore to follow up on. Come with me.
Come with me. You must go see Green.
Sonic attends physics class taught by Nate Morgan, which, to be honest, like they make it sound like it's super boring, but they're talking about Ring and Chaos Emerald magic, and I want to go to that class.
Yeah, put me in that. Nate's eye color also changes. Literally
Between
in the
panels,
next.
yes.
Yeah, in the next
That's
panel.
true. So, I mean, yeah, sure, it's cool magic stuff, but, in universe, it is just actual science, so it's more mundane to them.
I guess, yeah. Well, but Sonic doesn't know how any of this shit works, and this might be useful information for him to fucking know.
Well, yeah, this is another thing, too. My headcanon is that Nate, isn't used to, talking to, just regular people about science, and so he launches immediately into, super advanced stuff about how to create artificial chaos emeralds and rings, and everyone just has to try and keep up with this guy.
It's the teacher with the astrophysics degree who doesn't really understand how to teach, so they just walk into a school with a bunch of 16-year-olds and start teaching them about black holes.
I want to learn about black holes.
That's true.
I like that. I think that would work perfectly.
That's a fun dynamic.
Also, important note here. Sonic is like, "Hey, Bunny, meet Mina," and Bunny does not like Mina. She is enlightened.
Well, yeah, but why does Bunny just immediately not like her
I
though?
don't know, but good.
That's the first time we've ever seen Bunny react like that to anybody who's not a villain. Because Bunny is the character who's nice to everybody.
It's
Yeah.
true.
So, of course, the big cliffhanger in all this is that Sally's not in class with Sonic. She takes private
Oh,
Oh
lessons with the
no.
she's fucking royalty. Of course she does.
Well, also, it's just like, normally our cliffhangers are we going to all die? You know, something just exploded. There's an orbital nuclear missile weapon in space that's gonna kill it. No, it's Sally's not in my class.
This is the Sonic plotline now.
Oh,
I'm glad they dropped this stuff pretty quickly.
yeah.
I'm
I'm
literally
glad to
more
hear
interested in
that.
what Penders is doing than this. That's a bad sign.
Oh, God help
Speaking of
us.
which, The Best Laid Plans, written by Penders, drawn by Ron Lim. Recaptured by Albion, Gruckles is subjected to the Chaos Siphon, and it is up to Charmy and Saffron to help, I guess, maybe.
God.
So we start with nothing, it's just Nick and Knack leaving. Um,
Thank God.
I don't even know why they're bothering to give them pages. Like they don't do anything in the story.
yeah,
No, they
they
literally
make a
just
point of
leave.
establishing that they don't care about Charmy and Saffron. And yes, Galena is red again, which is annoying. The Chaos Siphon has been upgraded to a full body suit worn by this nameless scientist guy.
Okay, so
Oh, that's
what?
what's going on.
Yeah, it took. I had to look through these pages a few times because I wasn't sure. Because
I
a few
looked through them a
times
few times and couldn't figure it out.
there was. I noticed there was this echidna. There was obviously Knuckles that was like, stop it. But it looked like it
Hmm.
was not Knuckles also saying stop it. And they're like,
Yeah.
oh, wait a minute. It's like before where you have to absorb the power into a person, which should not solve anything. Like you would just transfer the ultimate power. Why are they doing that?
Well, I mean, actually, if it's in their guy, they might like that better. Um,
I guess.
That's
But
well,
the
probably
whole
this
point
true.
of this is like, oh yeah, Knuckles is great, but he can't be trusted with that power. So what Galena just doesn't trust Knuckles, I guess.
well, and
She's
frankly,
lying.
Yeah, because she can't control him.
You know what?
the
That's a good
nameless guy in
point.
the siphon suit can't be trusted with it either. But that's going to come a little later.
Oh ho.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, they activate it, and Gruckles just overloads it with overwhelming power, the same way as the Dark Legion machine from before. So it's like, what's the point?
Yep. The point is that Knuckles is unstoppable.
Yeah, Gruckles is too much.
You'd think that would kill the other guy, but no. Charmy and
No, because
Saffron instead
really,
show up to sort of save the day. They kind of just distract
yeah,
people until Knuckles breaks out.
and they're tiny.
Yeah, the writers were serious about that little bit of lore about Charmy.
Yeah,
I hate it.
apparently, I kind of forgot. I kind of forgot that that was a power because we haven't seen Charmy in like a fucking year.
Well, yeah.
I guess they helped. Gruckles blasts everyone with energy to win and then teleports away.
There's also this moment where Charmy's like, Knuckles, is that you? And Knuckles doesn't have eyes, and they're like, I don't know, something's weird. And without remembering where this is going, it maybe seems like Enerjack is manifesting, maybe.
That's kind of what I'm getting the feeling of.
Interesting theories.
Let's say, Devin, your silence was deafening.
Hmm.
Galena is like, well, let's get the weasels back to find him again. They're like, no, and then they leave.
Can you
Yeah,
blame them?
that's the only
Everything
reason
went
they're
fine for
here.
them.
Yeah, well, everything
Yeah.
went fine for them, but you have to know they witnessed most of that.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. Guy in the siphon suit looks like he's dead, but he's not.
Uh,
Yeah.
fucking sure, why
Yeah.
not?
So I don't know. I guess stuff happened in this one,
Yeah, but
Kind of.
it
Yeah,
stuff happened, but it barely feels like stuff happened.
as usual. Yeah, fair enough.
they're just taking forever with Knuckles here. Like, okay, Knuckles is green. Now they have cool powers. You don't have to be like, Knuckles is green. Now, yes, Knuckles is still green. Maybe something's gonna happen. Now they're more powerful. They're still green. Like,
Yeah,
not much is happening here.
not really. No. Well, let's close things out for the week with Sonic the Hedgehog number 95, and look at this cover. I saw this cover
That is a pretty
15
cool
years
cover.
ago on the Sonic Central website, the old Flash site that never stopped playing Sonic Riders music. I thought this was the
It
coolest looking thing in the world back then, and even now I think it's a really impressive cover.
is pretty cool.
It's a shame that
Not
has
bad.
almost nothing to do with what's going on in the story.
To be fair, when I saw it, I thought it had nothing to do, and it actually does have something to do. So it's not blatantly false like some covers are.
It's
Yeah,
just
it's
mostly
only
false.
mostly nothing. But the story itself here is Enemy Mine, Ballers and Fry. Finishing his first day of school, Sonic's mind is on the safety of the humans in Robotropolis. To his shock, they haven't all been roboticized, but that doesn't stop him and Bunny from encountering some danger on the way home from their midnight trespass.
Ooh.
Yeah, so they finished school. Sonic gets out and he's like, alright, I'm gonna go see Sally. I don't know where this motivation to see her before was.
Different writer? No.
No, they're both
Oh.
ballers. That was the thing, is that it
Uh.
seemed like Sonic was avoiding Sally before, but now he's upset that she's not in his class and needs to see her.
I think he was just waiting to just run across her.
Yeah, he was like, I don't have to go find her.
We need some
It'll happen
casual
eventually.
encounters, yeah. But Jeffrey's a cuck, so he won't let Sonic see her.
Of course.
Don't call him that.
I'm going to call him that. Anyway, meanwhile, back at the plot, Snively and Colin Sr. are reconnecting, so to speak. It's just more Snively lying, pretending he doesn't completely hate his dad.
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't realize. Okay, I kind of realized it with Eggman. They do sometimes play people. They've done it with like Knuckles and stuff. So I kind of get it. But I was surprised to see Snively putting on a face like this. But I like this. I like this. This is cool seeing these two. Well, to be fair, they don't get a lot of material to work off of a lot of the time because most everyone on the planet knows they're terrible. So
Right.
this is a moment for them to like really stretch their acting skills a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I like Snively's line here. Male pattern baldness only affects the family intellectuals.
Ooh.
Yes, you gotta
Ooh.
throw in those little burns.
Got little shade.
Yeah. But the attention from that is stolen by Kodos, who is rampaging through the city in a blind rage.
Yeah, okay. I was wondering, is he just like actually lost it?
He has this crazed look
Yeah.
in his eyes, and he's slobbering all over the place.
Yeah,
even
he's
talk in-
screaming about Sword.
He can't even talk in complete sentences. What happened?
He's
Well, I know what happened, but you'll see.
well, yes, I know you know what happened.
Sorry.
I like that Eggman sees Kodos and just like, Kodos. Okay, get rid of him.
Yeah,
Just
well, he's,
Kodos.
and he probably thinks like, oh, this is a brilliant opportunity to showcase my defense. Because it really does help play into the idea that, like, oh, there's these dangerous animal people.
There's these dangerous furries.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
the SWAT bots are protectors.
Yeah.
Things are going so well for Eggman. It's really fortunate that like everyone in
Things-
Knothole is completely ignoring this.
Yeah, because they could probably, provide proof of Eggman being horrible.
Yeah. But I
Yeah,
still
but-
like this, even so.
The Robotropolis plotline is infinitely more interesting than whatever's happening in Knothole.
Yeah.
So, Tails is missing, and Sonic's like, that's weird anyway. He doesn't even, like, it's like, whatever.
I just noticed in this moment when Sonic comes home from school and his mom and dad are there, and she's like, "Oh, hey, son, how was school?" That what they've done here is they've put both sides of the cast sort of back in like normal
Yeah.
everyday life, like
Yeah,
with
they
a
have.
twist in both
Sure.
cases.
Sure, with a
But-
twist, but they're effectively just in, like, Sonic's just a normal teenager now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And
Uh,
Robotnik is getting to be the dictator he always wanted to actually be.
which is normal for his people. So, yeah,
So,
I like that. It's interesting.
So, of course, Sonic is not going to actually take that grounding super seriously. I guess it's been 6 months, so he did for a while.
Yeah, it took a while.
But Sonic is basically thinking Eggman is probably planning on mass roboticizing the population in Robotropolis. So he wants to open that border and get the humans to safety.
Right, which I don't know why
Finally.
he thinks they're going to follow him.
He's a hero. He's got to try something.
Yeah.
I mean, no, I get that much. It's like he's like, well, I know what's probably going to happen. I feel like I need to help them, but he has to know that they're not going to trust him.
It seems like Sonic has finally been like, well, this is a lost cause here. I guess there's nothing I can do here.
He can go
So
hang out with
that's when he'll finally leave.
he can go hang out with a different group of freedom fighters, like
Well,
the 40 Fathoms freedom fighters.
I think part of it is that
Sure.
if it hadn't been 6 months, Sonic would be on high alert from the start and thinking
Well,
Robotnik's
no,
gonna
it's
do it
only
right
been
now.
6 weeks.
6 weeks, whatever. If there hadn't been a time skip, my point is
Right.
Sonic would have
No,
been
I
on
get
high alert. But
right.
instead, he and Bunny go here, and they go on top of this building, and they're looking out at all the people, and they're like, "Why have they not been roboticized?" And it's like, well, it's been 6 weeks. When did you think it was going to happen?
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is
I guess it's a matter of
a
they assumed it
little
would have happened
late.
like immediately.
Yeah, that's hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a little odd.
Also, have we gotten a when was the last time we got a like Sonic and Bunny team up?
Okay, I was gonna mention that. Yeah,
I
this
like
is
I like to
interesting.
see
I
that.
like that.
That's a fun combination.
That's cool. It
Also
got
nice
me
to see more
excited.
Bunny anyway.
Yeah,
Now if we could
but
see more Antoine,
Yeah.
Antoine got some good stuff
he did, and
recently.
I'm sure we'll get more out of him.
Yeah. But after Kodos got chased out of the city, now he's right here out in the woods as they're running back, and he's trying to kill Arachnus now. Maybe because he knows she took the sword. I don't know.
I think he's just mental. He's cutting wood now, though.
Yeah, he's
Just
accomplished his dream.
Hell
yes.
yeah! Hell yeah!
It is a little weird that Sonic and Bunny go over to the city, and they're like, "Oh, I guess everyone isn't roboticized. Guess we'll leave.
Yeah, and then they
We'll
just
come back
leave.
later. We only wanted to come when they were all roboticized.
Yeah, we
Beyond
only
hope."
care about if they're roboticized or not. If they're just living their lives, fuck them.
It almost
There's a
seems like
weird
they got a
line.
tip that they were being roboticized, and then it was wrong. But
I mean, I think they were just assuming that because, like, what else would Eggman be doing?
yeah,
There's a line
Snively.
where it says Bunny thought that Robotnik went soft, which
Mm,
that's a
Yeah,
pretty clumsy explanation. I think
yeah,
that's the idea, but it's really?
yeah. I don't think so.
no.
Snively is on kind of the same wavelength as Sonic and Bunny because he walks in and Eggman's like, "I'm sure you're wondering why I haven't roboticized everyone in the city yet." And he's like, "Yeah, but then I went to bed," which is a good line. Um,
Yeah.
but Eggman shows off the result of his latest project, which we don't quite get to see.
That moment makes me very happy. I'm so glad that Eggman finally has Snively here to boast towards,
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
instead
Someone
of
to
just
actually
talking to the
respond
wall.
to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, because all we've gotten is him just boasting at an Uncle Chuck who doesn't talk.
Yeah.
yeah. Hope tells Grandma about her encounter with the Robian, but Agnes is like, "Nah, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Eggman's cool. It's fine. Shut up."
That's not really what she says.
No, it's more that she tries to reassure Hope, but you can clearly see that she's worried.
Yeah, no,
Mm.
she says, I'm sure your Uncle Julian has an explanation, and then thinks to herself that, says he has to, which clearly it's like, well, if he doesn't, there's an issue.
Yeah, I'm sure everything will go well for them. Don't worry about it.
Oh, I'm sure it
Definitely.
will. I don't expect anything bad to happen.
Sonic and Buddy fight Kodos, and
Kodos
well,
grabs Bunny by the fucking ears.
yeah,
Yikes.
he hits Sonic in the face with her metal ass, which
You
I would
literally
expect
beating a motherfucker with another motherfucker.
I would expect that to leave Sonic unconscious, but no. Um, but he's still messed up about letting the king get hurt before, so he just is like, "Oh, Bunny, you know what? Go home."
Oh, that's
Yeah,
what was
I,
going
I
on?
assume that was the reason.
Okay. Man, I don't like Sonic in this arc. Like, come on.
He's doing weird things
He's
for
making a
weird
lot
reasons.
of mistakes, and they're definitely
For sure.
supposed
Yeah.
to be mistakes, but it's not making him the most likable. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, it's always just to serve the plot because Bunny should like object and be like, no, but
Yeah,
he
Bunny
just like
should
leaves.
basically just say, well, she tries to. She's like, no, look, I'm staying here. And he basically tells her to fuck off.
I mean,
Yeah.
I guess that's true,
Of course, that
but
ends up leaving Sonic in a bad position because he can't. He's like bad at fighting Kodos. It's only sort of right at the
Yeah.
end when he. It's weird because he gets caught in Arachnus's web, but Arachnus attacks Kodos and wins.
I'm wondering
yeah,
if Arachnus is also, like. I feel like she's also being affected by whatever's going on with Kodos.
Not
And
right
that's why they were
now,
fighting. Oh, okay.
but it's really the thing is I just have no idea what kind of person Arachnus is supposed to be.
Well, I don't think she said a single word anytime we've seen her.
I
No,
don't
she
think
has not talked.
Arachnus can speak, but even yeah, they're not a character at all, even
No,
given that.
they're just a fight ninja spider.
I was like, what the hell does she want? I don't know.
Well, I don't know anything about Arachnus, and I think that's on purpose.
I
Like,
would assume
Kodos at least was a warlord for
for the kingdom
the
kingdom.
kingdom,
Yeah, and
kingdom
he was kind of
Acorn.
a mentor to
Um,
Eggman.
right.
Yeah, and then
But
Eggman sent
Arachnus
them to the
exists,
Shadow Realm.
Yeah, we have
and
no idea
that's
where
the
she came from.
extent.
Yeah, well, Arachnus just came about. Also, did she lay eggs or something?
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Yes,
Which is interesting.
really weird.
Yeah.
But that is our cutoff point for the Sonic stories for this week. Very very
Mm.
strange point to end off on.
Some of these, while there was stuff happening, it really felt like nothing was happening.
We've had such a hot potato game with the sword, and we've had this weird sort of. It's not a ceasefire between Robotropolis and Knothole,
They're
but
just
they
doing
haven't
their
been
other
directly
things.
attacking each other.
Yeah, yeah. Robotropolis and Eggman are just, or Robotropolis and Eggman and the Freedom Fighters basically they're doing their own thing.
It's very strange because I don't know how, like, both sides are seemingly banking on the fact that we haven't been attacked in a while. I guess we can just do whatever. Like I just can't. It's very artificial. I like the Eggman plotline at least, but I don't understand their rational. Well, you know what? You know what? I take that back. Actually, the Eggman plotline is better than that because he does literally have an impenetrable energy shield,
Mhm.
which, while extremely convenient and kind of annoying, is at least something that they've established. So,
Here's what it
okay.
is. If,
Right.
the Robotropolis stuff is cool. They just needed something more interesting than this on the Knothole side, because it's fine for them to not be
Yeah.
currently fighting each other. Sonic can have other villains.
Sure.
But there is no villains here. It's just Kodos going crazy and Arachnus
there's
being mysterious.
Nothing going on.
Yeah.
Or there's stuff going on, but it doesn't feel like it.
Yeah. Speaking of which, let's go to something that feels like nothing is ever going on.
God, these Knuckles stories, they're just fucking. They're just filler after filler after filler.
It never.
I
The ride
don't
never
understand. Like, why is it so drawn out? What's the point?
Just give
because-
us the Knuckles comics back.
It's because we're waiting for When Destiny Calls, written by Penders and drawn by Ron Lim. Isn't that a great transition? It wasn't tortured at all. Athair teleports Tails across several locations in an attempt to calm the dangerous Gruckles, still racked with pain from his new energy. It doesn't go well.
It really doesn't.
Yeah.
He's
I appreciate that Tails is finally really looking like modern Tails. Because
For right now-
there's been some issues with that.
He is orange and white right now. I
Yeah.
don't know if he's going to be brown again. I don't remember.
Well, also, his gloves have been off and on. Like, he's had, like, weird flared gloves.
Yeah. It's kind of amazing that it took until 2000 goddamn 1 to make him orange, but
Oh.
So he tries, Gruckles he says my insides tearing me apart, which means he's probably in a lot of pain. So if there's like, Tails, you go help that loser. And Tails is like, it's me,
Yeah.
Tails, your friend. And it's like, are they?
Are-
I feel
are
like
they
they don't know each other
friends?
that well.
Yeah.
See, the thing is, okay, first of all, as I'm looking at this page again, I just realized Knuckles says, "Can't believe Dad would put me through the ringer," which, like,
Yeah, this is
that's
totally Locke's fault.
he's right. I'm glad he's finally realizing it. Like,
Oh, don't
Dad,
worry. He's gonna go back to loving him like a father again.
He should kill
I
him.
he yes, kill
Honestly,
Locke.
yeah.
But anyway, back to what you were just talking about. Tails here is just in a bad spot. He was just yoinked here, and he's just doing his best. Honestly, I have to applaud Tails because, you know, thrown into a situation like this, he's just trying to help Knuckles. He's not very good at it, but he's trying, man.
He's trying. God damn it.
Yeah, it's like, well, that's what I'm saying, is that, like, what did Aether think would happen? Tails is like, it's me, your friend, and then Gruckles is like, rah, and he does another AoE attack and teleports away.
Tails is the chosen one. Of course they have to do it, and they will do it because it's destiny.
Aether takes Tails to the next spot where Gruckles has been, and he makes like a tri-beam hole in the ground that's completely square because he's just that overloaded with power. But Tails still cannot do anything. Instead, Gruckles just punches him in the face and launches an energy beam and is gone again.
How did getting punched in the face not just kill Tails?
He should have knocked his head off his shoulders.
Tails is the chosen one.
Oh,
Yes,
that's
of
right.
course.
Tails is the chosen one.
Yeah, Aethera's like, well, that didn't work, so he just drops Tails off at Merlin's place.
Yeah, I kind of forgot Merlin existed, and B, I guess they've also they have experience with each other.
Old men. They all get along.
I guess that's how that works.
They don't seem to get along very well, actually.
It's
No,
like that bit in
no.
Avatar where they find the Order of the White Lotus and Boomy's like, all old people know each other. But yes, Merlin is like, wow, you really screwed him up.
Yeah, you fucked him up. God damn.
And Aethera's like, well, who cares? You know, he's the chosen one, and the ancient walkers are dying, and nobody else can match the power
Good.
of Sunny D or Gruckles. Yeah.
Penders really has this uncanny knack for introducing characters that understand this is really stupid and we should not be doing this, and
But
then
let's keep
just
doing
to
it
prove
anyway.
them wrong or try to anyway.
We keep doing it.
Yeah. But hey, the ending blurb promises that next time, Turbo Tails.
Well, that's
God, I fucking hope so.
We haven't seen him in a while, so
I want my boy.
haven't we seen him like once?
Yeah,
I think it
Okay.
only happened once. Yeah.
it did.
That is the end of tonight's comics. There was a lot of good material in here, but the low points have been especially low recently.
Yeah.
The Gruckles arc is just infuriating.
It's just dragging on because they're only getting like 4 or 5 pages or
Well-
8. Excuse me.
You can
Yeah,
do
but
stuff with the
it's
number
only like
of pages.
one frame of progression each time.
That's
Yeah,
the
no.
problem.
Yeah, no, I get that. It's like it's a combination of having only a few pages to work with and like not doing anything with those pages.
When are they gonna get to the fireworks factory? It's. But yes, that is our comics for the night. I think that Ballers is cooking. I think that Penders
Oh.
cannot.
Yes, I am sure that Ballers is going to get good. Like,
Oh, I'm sure, yeah.
completely. Like there's going to be a story where I'm like, this is all good at some point soon. I think.
Right.
With Penders, not holding my breath.
Yeah, well, next time on Deep Dive Zone, we will have 5 more issues of the comics, and guess what? That's gonna be our 100th episode, along
Holy
with
shit.
the 100th issue of the comics. So,
God damn.
perfect synchronicity there. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you to my co-hosts for being here with me. If you have any questions, comments, criticism, or feedback, you can find us at any of the links in the description. And if you like this video, please feel free to like, share, comment, and subscribe. That is going to be it for tonight. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you have a great night. I hope you have a great rest of your week. And take care.